Councilman Joe Marino. Joseph, good morning. And also we'll add into the mix Samantha Colosimo-Testa. And Sam, thanks for coming on. And it looks, so what's your take on this? Is this being done by the mayor's office because they didn't want the paving project? Is it just a coincidence that it's $500,000?
Yeah, I have no idea, to be quite honest with you, Bill. I mean, I spent hours at City Hall last week, going through the budget to trying to figure out, if the numbers matched up. And unfortunately, I came up with a $500,000 shortfall, in the budget. And it's just, it's crazy that you have to go through this, again, that the budget's 2 weeks late. The budget's due today. They finally answer questions after a week. And it's just, it's just obnoxious, to be quite honest with you.
So, we talked to Joe Marino. Joe's on the line right now. As a matter of fact, Joe, you're there?
I am. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Joe.
Joe, we talked last week about how there are inconsistencies, and we know that Joe is an accountant, so it's interesting to see these inconsistencies. Error. What do you make of it all?
I don't care if you're the best accountant in the world. You still can't read our budget.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Literally terrible.
Joe, how do you explain it?
Yeah, the explanation is simple. There is no communication. And again, we hear this over and over again. Anytime anyone's questioned out of City Hall, it's politics, and that's a deflection of how to get the answer. That's a cute trick again. But the problem is there's no communication between us and them. And that leads to these kind of problems. It leads to budget shortfalls and specific lines that were clearly, fought against from City Hall. That kind of stuff, it gives no confidence to the people. The people do not want to hear about politics ever again. It's an old school mentality. It's the thing that's been happening over and over. And the only person that you really hear talking about it is the mayor. I mean, when there's a question, you take with the storm, for example, there's a few questions that need to be answered. There's things that could have went better. There's things that went fine. We want to figure out exactly what could have went better. And the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, well, it's political. They're just attacking me. It's the same three people. I can't do anything right in their eyes. That's not the truth. I mean, the city's been on a trajectory that's been an amazing 5, 10, 6 decade, lull. And we're finally going, in a place that we can all work together. And the last thing we've heard, and like Sam said, 2 week late budget, we don't get any answers. And in fact, she just said we just got an answer last week. That's not even actually entirely true because we haven't gotten an official answer. So it's the lack of communication. It's, holding your cards close to your vest, and all we want to do is bring transparency into City Hall, try to figure out what's going on. And now you see a $500,000 deficit in the one and only project that the mayor pushed against last week.
So what comes out of today? So you say the budget is due today. According to the charter, does that mean what happens today?
Yeah, well, we got one of three things that we could do. We can, vote no on the budget, which, I wouldn't recommend. I know that there are people that are reasonably considering that. Problem is there have been other amendments that are pretty important to us. We've, put money back into fire prevention. There was a glaring omission there from the mayor's proposed. We've, put some money back into police prevention, which there was a glaring omission there. So when you vote no, you can't really amend anything. And then, again, that'll keep the $500,000 from being in there. Second thing is we can make these amendments that Ed Buchero proposed, cut $500,000 from the budget, put it back into paving, and do it responsibly or as responsibly as you could. There was options that the mayor had that he chose not to take. He could have used fund balance. We're well above where we should be with our fund balance. We had plenty of money there. They had a 1.5% that they could have raised taxes even. I understand that that's not the greatest thing in the world to do, but people knew that taxes could go up with this paving to a small degree. Chose not to do it for, a nice shiny zero. So, since they found it, and we do have a day left. It's unfortunate that we only had a day left, but they found it. We're here to work. We're going to be in City Hall from, I'm sure 2 o'clock until midnight if we have to make sure that the people get paving, that they get a 0% tax increase, and then we go forward and, try to not let this happen again.
Hey, Samantha, could you vote no on the budget today?
I mean, you could, and I was one of those people lingering towards voting no. For the simple fact that, what happens when we find $500,000 in the budget, and we get blamed for taking money from here, taking money from there, and it's unfortunate that it's come to this point. But again, we have $200,000 in our contingency. There's other line items that obviously we've looked at transfers that have happened throughout the year. So, year-to-date reports we've gone through and, found the $500,000 to replace in the budget. But again, like I said, a 2-week late budget. We've had 2 weeks to work on it, and here we are the day of finally getting an answer. And again, it's irresponsible. I mean, we borrowed the $2.5 million like we planned on it. Residents voted on it, knowing that there could be a potential, 0.75% tax increase. I mean, and, to present again a 0% budget, knowing that there was $500,000 shortfall, and it doesn't seem irresponsible to me.
All right, it's going to be interesting. Okay, so busy day today. Let's plan to get you both back tomorrow morning if we can, and we'll decide. I know you're going to be up till late, but let's see if we can grab both of you guys tomorrow. All right.
All right, thanks, Bill.
All right, Samantha Colosimo-Testa,
Thanks, Andy.
Joe Marino. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Quick break.